President Trump with a major announcement on Gaza, saying Hamas and all other armed groups have agreed to fully disarm. It's a major milestone in the president's 20-point Gaza peace plan. He posted on Truth Social, quote, "This agreement is a critical step towards Gaza finally being governed by a new Palestinian government that will work closely with the Board of Peace to help the Palestinian people." At the same time, Israel will have the security it deserves, with Gaza no longer used as a base for terror attacks. Kirk Lippold is former commander of the USS Cole. Sir, welcome to you. How big is this?
Good morning, Sandra. I think it's a very big deal. What it clearly demonstrates is that President Trump is still pursuing diplomatic means to try and create an atmosphere and a policy within the Middle East where conflict is not the first choice, but in fact, diplomacy is. I think when you look at it, this opening for Gaza to finally be able to get a new Palestinian government, to be able to determine their future, their own destiny, I think is a major step forward. I'm sure that Israel is going to have severe concerns and that the verifiable steps to disarm Hamas are going to have to be concrete, verifiable, and that they're going to have to witness it as it goes through the various stages. But at the end of the day, it's exactly what President Trump has always advocated, and that is let Gaza become that Riviera on the Mediterranean coast there.
Very interesting. We'll continue to follow the developments there. I want to ask you now about Saudi Arabia and Iran targeting these strategic assets in Kuwait, Bahrain, after the Egypt drone attack. How significant of a development is this, sir?
I look at it as a major step forward. For the first time, really, Saudi Arabia is taking a very visible and public role in defining what their national security interests are and what they're willing to do it. They're pulling together this coalition, which they have never done outside of OPEC, and they are trying to create the conditions where they can try and safeguard their ships coming through the Red Sea ports where they aren't going to be attacked by the Houthi rebels. I think the unfortunate side of this, however, is the nations they have pulled together to do this literally do not have the capability. They don't have the forward deployed capacity. They don't have the warships that can defend against the attacks by the Houthi rebels, because let's face it, the Houthis have been given the most modern weapons possible by Iran as one of their proxy groups to influence Iran's power within the region. So while a major step forward, I think that the reality on the ground in the Strait is going to be very, very tenuous at best.
Almost like sounds like you're saying it's big news, but irrelevant.
In reality, I think it is. I think that Saudi Arabia is taking this step forward. At the end of the day, they're going to have to try and work and see if the United States has anything that they can spare outside of the current conflict with Iran that may have the capacity and capability. Saudi Arabia, by the same token, could turn to Europe, which does get oil from that country, and say, we need help, and bring those European countries who do have the capacity and capability to defend against those drones and missiles from the Houthi rebels and protect the shipping coming through the Red Sea.
Kirk Lippold, I really appreciate your time today, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Sandra.
All right.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.